You're listening to Don't Date Me, a podcast about dating from Scotland. Savage, funny, and definitely not safe for work. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss future episodes.
No dirty talk, just podcasts. No turn-ons, so turn me on. By that I mean this podcast. I'm not interested, so don't date me. Review me, just rate me. Like, subscribe, don't date me. Review me, just rate me. Like, subscribe, don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Don't date me. Alexa, play the podcast Don't Date Me.
Get your keys in the bowl, get the pampas grass at the door, get your knickers down and have a ball. And no, don't date me.
And don't date me.
Don't date me. Do date me, no way, don't call me baby. Don't date me, do date me, do date me, do date me. Don't date me.
I'm Jamie, a 37-year-old, 6'4", bisexual man and closeted Christian, and I like to eat my balls.
You like
God! We need to come back to that one. Hi, I'm Emma Jane, a 33-year-old, 5'3", demisexual female, and I enjoy the booby.
Oh, so much. Love it.
I'm Caitlin, I'm the youngest member of the group at 27.
A wee baby.
And I am a full foot smaller at Jamie because I'm 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
I'm also straight.
You are straight?
I'm straight.
Have you ever had
No.
shenanigans with women?
No.
Should.
No.
It's fine.
No.
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 It's just not for me.
It's not your bag, baby.
Not my bag, baby.
Have you not
I am
even...
stickily diggly.
Have you not even, kissed a girl?
Oh, you've done that. Only for the attention, though. Well,
No, it was to get rid of the annoying man that wouldn't leave alone.
Yes. Why do we need to do this as women?
Yeah.
Well,
Come back to that another time.
welcome back to the podcast. We hope you had a joyous festive season. We have. It has been nice having a wee break. And we've got a new feature to kind of start us off with called Swipe Left, Swipe Right. So basically each week we're going to tell you what we think is hot or not. And so for me, I'm going to start off with my swipe left. So my swipe left this week, so the thing that is not hot, for anyone that's not used Tinder, like Emma Jane, I had to explain how this works. When you swipe left, it's a no from me. It's a pass.
Thanks. Just to clarify, I
And you
have been
swipe right for Mr. Right.
Yeah.
I have been in a committed relationship for nearly 11 years.
Whoa.
That is my idea of hell.
Same.
We're sorry, we're 10 years closed and into our 11th year now. So that's why
Which
Tinder
kind of
was
deserves
after
a
our
small round of
time.
applause.
Tinder was after our time.
Yeah, so for me, something that I don't love is people on dating apps who just keep messaging even though you've not ever said hello.
Oh, yeah, like you open the chat and there's like, hello,
Hello.
hi, how are you? What are
Ah.
you doing? Oh my god, hi.
And I'm like...
And you're like, literally, like, you're having a conversation yourself.
And it's not... I'm not even opinionated. I'm not ghosting them because I've never been there. But I feel like some people say you should say you're just not interested, but then sometimes people kick off at that. So anyway, that's my swipe left. What's your swipe left?
My swipe left is the weather. I am beyond sick of the Scottish weather.
I know, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Usually it doesn't
horrific.
bother me, but it is so cold.
Yeah.
And with the cost of living crisis and
Oofed.
trying to heat your home, oh my gosh.
Oofed.
I'm over it.
And what about you, Imogen?
So my swipe left is probably shite
You were
and
saying...
irresponsible people probably,
Yeah.
but that's more just because I've had the really shit long weekend at work with
Yeah.
a hell of a lot of shitty, irresponsible people that's just really highlighted my dislike for them this week.
Yeah, not your co-workers.
Not my co-workers, no, just
Your people that you have to
look after.
look after, yeah. Okay, what about your swipe right?
So my swipe right is actually rediscovering Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Wait, what is that game again?
So it's basically you're a farmer and like you grow crops and you look after animals and you can get a love interest
That's
and
cute.
all that stuff. So I selected my love interest based on the fact that I really like red hair.
Oh.
And don't know why, but I decided to go for Leah this time
Oh.
round. So yeah, so I'm having a female love interest
Oh my
in this
gosh.
one.
Ooh.
Things are getting spicy on the farm.
I see. She gave me a gift just last night, actually.
What was it? A cow?
No, it was a sculpture that she made, and it's like with like
Oh.
my feelings towards Peanut, which is what my name is in the
Aw.
game, which is what my Twitch name is.
That's cute.
Ah. My swipe right is mutual communication. Being on the same page.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
slay.
Just, yeah.
That's always bliss, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
My swipe right is a few things. God of War, the video game. Amazing. I've played 60 hours of it over the festive season, which is too many video games, but so good. Also, the Last of Us TV show. Amazing.
No spoilers, please,
No
because
spoilers.
I am going to watch it. I
No
just haven't
spoilers.
got around to it yet.
It's so good. It's like... I'm so excited. The thing I'm most excited for is for people to have the story shared with them who have never played the video game and don't like video games.
Well, that would be me.
Yeah, because the story is so powerful and it's just... Yeah, and the casting of it is so perfect as well. It's a really great TV show.
Do you know what I've not seen the show, however, what I'm finding really, really funny is the actress who's also in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
She's in it, like the young girl.
She's so good.
I want to say it was Leanna Mormont or something she played.
Bella Ramsey.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
And the amount of pictures I've seen from The Last of Us,
Yep.
and they're comparing it to, like, she's responding as her Game of Thrones character.
Yep.
That's had me in hysterics. So I'm looking forward to it. It's been recommended by a couple of people. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've just got so much else I'm already watching.
So good. But aside from that, I'm also loving our playlists, because we actually have, over the past few seasons of Don't Date Me, have compiled playlists. This season's playlist is specially curated by me, because I decided, you know what, I just want to shove a whole bunch of songs together. So you can find this most recent playlist at bio.site/Don't Date Me Pod. The link's there, but it's also got all the previous seasons playlists as well, which includes music choices from Emma Jane and also Caitlin. I think the reason why we did this in the early days was because people make mixtapes for their loved ones and partners, and people make breakup playlists and stuff like that. So it's always kind of been part of the journey, really. So it's going to be an important part. And I think also with the whole like swipe left, swipe right thing, we'll sometimes share our hot picks for music as well. So that's fun. So yeah, so bio.site/Don't Date Me Pod. Okay, on to the meat of this sausage. Sausage. So on every episode this season, we started this last season actually, but we're gonna do a new social media poll each week to tie in with the theme of the episode. So this week we have a question for you, dear listener.
Does size really matter? Yes, queen, or no? That's your two responses.
So we want to know your thoughts. So let us know on Twitter or Instagram. You can find us at Don't Date Me Pod. So what do you guys think? Does size really matter?
Well, you go first, Imogen. Imogen's like, I'm in a long-term relationship.
It's not always about the size.
It's emotion in the ocean.
Well, there's that as well. But it is about what can be done with it.
Indeed.
Now, I have had a small handful of penises.
Small.
I've not been with very many people. I am very much a monogamist.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm a one guy girl.
Yep.
The one that I have just now is perfect for me.
Always great.
but previously I have had one where during I did actually have the thought,
I'm
is it
gonna
even
die.
in?
Is it even in?
Is it even in?
If you have to ask, just
Oh, no.
just shut it down.
Shut it down.
Yeah, I didn't say it out loud.
Oh
I
my
just thought it in
gosh.
my head and I got no satisfaction from it. So, small and skinny chipolatas
No.
are not for me.
Oh no. Well,
They're not for me.
as a
So,
bisexual... Oh, sorry.
I would say size does matter to an extent, but it is within your choice what you enjoy,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, as a bisexual man, I would say I feel like gay men are a bit more penis obsessed than women in terms of like, well, because most women don't even like the look of a penis. Have we not had this conversation before where like people are like girls are not, they don't find it attractive really a lot of times? I know you're different, Caitlin, because you like the look of it.
I'm a different breed.
But I would say, like, from personal experience, I reflected when I was researching this, which was quite the undertaking. I reflected on the sex I've had, and some listeners like top or bottom, and I'm saying both. The best sex I've had isn't necessarily with the biggest.
Yeah.
I have been lucky recently though, where I've had some great sex with someone who's above average. But historically, the best sex I've had hasn't been with the biggest. In fact, I would actually say some of the worst sex I've had has been with the biggest.
Yeah.
11 inches of it. Terrifying.
I'd have to agree with Jamie.
Yeah.
Because some of the smallest I've been with has been some of the most satisfactory.
Really?
Mhm.
That's interesting. Well, it's almost like they feel like they have to
But
try
everyone's
harder.
different.
Yeah.
Like everyone's bodies are
For-
different as well. So
I said I've had average
Yeah.
and then just the small chipolata. So I've not had overly big, but at the same time I don't think it would be massively enjoyable. I think probably average is probably
Yeah.
the best, at least.
I've never been with someone who's like really small, but I've been with someone who's really skinny, and I was kind of like, oh, it's a bit skinnier. I
yeah.
thought. But it wasn't terrible. But he was really hot and he was lovely. And again, I didn't have a bad time, so like, so yeah, I would say personally speaking, I'm not like penis. I'm not like size obsessed, but bigger can be fun, to be honest. Okay, other questions we've got as well.
Do you think that society is obsessed with penis size?
Yeah, I would say so.
But why
Kind
do you
of to an extent.
think, why do you think that is though?
Porn,
I think
definitely
porn
porn.
for one, and I also think probably
Men.
our generation.
Men themselves as well.
So yeah,
But
so
it's- I
our
would-
generation from millennials down, we're more open about it, and we're more sort of willing to talk about it. So it's that maybe we're not scared to kind of talk about it. So like think about the three of us here, all
Yeah.
millennials. It gives me the ick to say that. I hate being a millennial, but yeah, because I think we are very much more open and more willing to talk about things, because think about like our generation's like one of the first generations to like even more openly come out as being gay, bisexual, all that sort of stuff. We're more the ones that are kind of more openly out there saying it. So I think that has a huge factor to do with it, and I think because obviously we've set the example, we're now showing the younger generations that it is okay to speak out now. Obviously with my wee one's generation, when she gets to like our age, they'll have a whole other fucking thing to talk about, because
Yeah.
they'll been brought up with bisexuals, demisexuals, transgender, gender fluids, all of that. Whereas it's still something that I think we as a generation are still getting grips of. Gen Z.
I lose track of them all.
Yeah, I
Gen
don't
Z.
actually know what, like,
I don't know who-
I had to ask
The
someone
ones
else
after
what
us
I
are
was.
the Gen Zs who are after us. I think you might actually be a Gen Z.
I think I'm a Gen Z, to be honest.
So with Gen Zs, they've at least seen those of us who are millennials kind of start to come out, and then they're bringing more out, which is then making the millennials come out more. Whereas Generation Alpha, which is the new one, is
Well, actually,
what you can't see right now is how puzzled my face is, because I am so lost.
now that I think about it though, right? So ultimately my answer is pornography, right? But really when I think about it, it's actually a couple other things, really. It's like technology and capitalism. Because if you think about it, porn really became a big business in mainstream because of VHS video technology, and then DVD technology, and then the internet. And those
I'd say that...
but those rely heavily on capitalism to like be a success. So it's almost like those things in the background have kind of like birthed this penis obsession of like giant donkey dick.
But at the same time, without people talking about it,
True.
then the capitalisms wouldn't have grasped onto it.
So it's like the
to then force
normalisation of it.
Yeah, so I think without the normalisation has then led to everything else.
Yeah. What do you think, Caleb?
I think that society is obsessed with sex
Yeah.
as a whole.
I think gay culture is obsessed with penis size, generally speaking. I would say. Although now that I think about it though, most gay guys that I know aren't size queens. They are out there.
Well, we've done some research on the matter, so get your measuring tape out, because we're getting scientific about this.
Here comes the science part.
All our references this week come from science.org, The Guardian and The Metro. You can find the links to the articles in our show notes. Published in the British Journal of Urology International, a study synthesises data from 17 previous academic papers that include measurements from a total of 15,521 men from around the world.
That's a lot of dick.
Mm-hmm.
According to the team's analysis, the average flaccid penis is 3.61 inches in length. The average erect penis is 5.16 inches long.
What?
The corresponding girth measurements are 3.66 inches for a flaccid penis and 4.59 inches for an erect one. So 5.16 inches in length. Erect? Thoughts? Sounds about right to me.
I think it did surprise me when I read it, because I was like, I don't know why I did expect it to be a bit bigger. It then made me proud of myself.
Oh, why? Are you a big boy? Are you above average?
I wouldn't go that far. Well, according to this, I am then, which is funny. So that's nice to know, but that's not that big. I know it's an average though.
Can I also just say the length that it needs to
I know.
go into in a female?
You're like,
is
neither
not
is my
actually
vagina.
that big.
My vagina's not 20 inches deep.
Nah.
If it was 20 inches deep, you'd be going into the actual fucking uterus.
Yeah, and that would just...
Wait, is that why gay men are so obsessed with big dick then? Because there is no end. It just keeps going. The hole doesn't end.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Remember?
Do you want me to do a scientific research study on that for you?
Ew. Yeah. So I guess our consensus is that's not that surprising, right?
Not hugely, no.
I guess I don't find it overly surprising because it's an average, to be honest. But that's interesting though, because that means that most people that I've had sex with then have been above average, which is interesting. So, but then again, I usually vet them.
Very, very
With the
finally.
photo before I've even met
Can I get a preview?
Anyway.
6.3 inch erect penis falls in the 95th percentile. Out of 100 men, only 5 would have a penis larger than 6.3 inches.
Yeah, baby!
On the other end, an erect penis measuring 3.94 inches falls into the 5th percentile. only 5 out of 100 men would have a penis smaller than 3.94 inches.
Imagine.
Itty bitty chipolata sausage penis.
That's super interesting though, right? Only 5 would have a penis larger than 6.3 inches. That does surprise me. Again. But that just shows you though how warped pornography is. Because it all porn. Because that's clearly why for years I thought, oh, I'm like below average. Because like I don't have a 9-inch penis.
See, the thing is,
but
right,
I'm above average.
the thing is that people don't understand is women have always had this body image issue because magazines are so readily like available.
Yeah.
But people don't think about men's penis size and how they can become so self-conscious about it because all they watch is porn and like you have to have a certain size penis to be on porn, let's face it.
Definitely.
So of course people are going to be like, oh wait, hang on, why is mine's not that size? Mine's is like smaller, but in actual fact they're probably average.
There's the two sides to porn. You've obviously got your big massive fucking porn. You've obviously got your other porn that you kind of have that...
Like amateur porn?
Not amateur porn, that is specifically of certain cultures that naturally do have smaller penises.
True.
That you do see, so it's that way where you think, well, I'm not from that thing, so I don't have one that small.
Yeah.
And I'm not that fucking hung.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, which one am I going to fall into?
Well, it's funny, because like the other day I was listening to this podcast called Demystifying Gay Porn by Ake Grande. Did I say it right? Who knows? We'll never know. On the episode, he was interviewing a listener, actually, who has a small penis fetish, which was super interesting and something that I think I did know it was a thing, but it was interesting hearing his perspective because he was talking about how he was frustrated because most of the porn that is out there regarding small penis is involving humiliation in some capacity, but he was saying that he wants porn that's like worshipping the small dick energy, which I find interesting. And it was interesting hearing like a well-endowed porn star, their perspective on it as well, and like hearing them chat about it. So yeah, that was really fascinating.
We have some global stats for you. These come from an article in the Metro. Now these stats will just be averages, but still, the more you know.
Bring it to us, baby.
The title of biggest penises in the world goes to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where the average is 7.1 inches.
Oh yeah. The average?
The average. Right?
Oh my lord.
And then you've got the other side of it, where North Korea comes bottom of the pile with an average penis size of 3.8 inches.
Which is quite small. However, I guess in their context, like if everyone has that kind of size, then it's just like what you're saying about that porn thing. But that is quite small. Yeah. Right?
And South America is comfortably the most well-hung continent with an average penis size of 6.36 inches.
Delicious.
Only 3% of men worldwide are dealing with 8-inch plus, and only 6% actually need extra large condoms. Try telling half of the men that any of us know that they are wearing the wrong size condoms.
Hopefully by this point, like family members aren't listening to this podcast, but yeah. Just on the subject there of that, the larger endowed, the first man I ever had sex with, it was 11 inches. And I almost died.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. As I was saying, if it really was like that big, I think I'd be scared it was actually going up inside my, uterus kind of
actually cause damage. So so I think like maybe that's why I'm a realist when it comes to these things. Like slightly bigger is fun, but like that, it was too much. It's too much, Caitlin. It was too much. Okay, so we've all chatted a little bit about our view, right? But generally speaking though, what do women want? Researchers from the University of California and the University of New Mexico provided women with 33 different size 3D penis models made of rigid, odorless blue material. Plastic, specifically. In total, 75 women aged 18 to 65 took part in the study. When they were asked to select the model which represented their preferred penis size in a long-term partner, the average response was 6.3 inches in length and 4.8 inches around. For a one-time sexual experience, though, the average penis size was slightly larger. They preferred 6.4 inches long and a circumference of 5 inches. So, bigger. So from that, it looks like bigger for one-night stands and more modest-sized dick for long-term. Is that the gist of it?
As I said earlier, I'm very much monogamist, so I
So
can't
you're
comment
happy.
this. So I'm happy, and I probably would say the relationships that I have been in probably has fallen into that kind of average category, or maybe like a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah, cannot speak for the one night stand one. But I will say, like, I could imagine like having like 33 different sized penises laid
a
out
lot.
in front of me. Well, one, it's a lot, and two, looking at like the
Can be
ones
overwhelming.
above a
Overwhelming,
certain
yeah.
size, I'd be thinking, nope, and one's below a certain size, like that's not going to do anything.
But see if you do have a one night stand with someone, right? Probably 100% of the time, if you're having a one night stand with someone you've just met, you have absolutely no idea what's in their trousers,
True.
right? So sometimes, like, you can it's a hit or miss. See, there's a big one and a wee one, and sometimes you end up going back because of the penis size.
True.
That's what I did.
I think 8 inches and a nice thickness is pleasant, is what I'm happy with. But less than that's fine, as long as they got skills, man.
Yeah, they got mad skills, but I'll also mention as well the big ones, like...
Maybe I'm a size queen.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe we need to look into that a little bit more off podcast.
Jamie's going to
Do
have
more
to
research.
do some more research, yeah. Like we said at the start of the podcast, we want to know your thoughts. Is bigger better? Vote on this week's social polls on Twitter and Instagram.
Also, you can drop us a WhatsApp voice note or send us a message by hitting the contact button on our Instagram.
Next week, Jason returns and we'll be chatting about ideal first dates. So if you have a horror story about a first date, get in touch. You can email the show don'tdatemepod@itsjamiesparks.com. This season of Don't Date Me is going to be epic. We're doing twice the number of episodes and we'll be posting new episodes every Thursday. So follow on your favourite podcast app so you don't miss them when they drop. And as always, rate and review and share the show as well. So as we say in the same way every single week,
Stay humble.
don't forget to book me a one-way ticket to the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
And don't date me!
See you next week. Hey, thank you for listening. The Don't Date Me podcast is created by Jamie Sparks Productions. If you enjoyed it, follow our show and rate it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening. You can rate us each time you listen to an episode. Pure it, as it helps people find our show. Keep in touch by dropping us an email at don'tdatemepod@itsjamiesparks.com and follow us on Twitter or Instagram @don'tdatemepod. If you love what we're doing, please consider donating to UNICEF to aid the people of Ukraine. Recently, our listeners raised £410 after gift matching. You can find the link in the show notes. See you on the next episode.